Is Spart playing Frost? Whoa, 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 whoa. Is Spart about to show us how it is to play Frost Mage? We don't see Frost ever, by the way. So if Spart doesn't do well with Frost, we're gonna go with Frost must be bad. Because Spart we know is a good player. We got Frost, we got Nerf DH, please. We got Flash as a Goblin. Oh my god, he's a Gwobby. Goblin. We got Seawork playing some Assassination, and we got Bloody Bay. But first up is going to be, I think, Spart. No, it's going to be Nerf DHs, please, versus Team Alliance with Elixra playing some Unholy Death. Now, what it looks like. I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. T-Rock. We got Citru, who's the Demon Hunter versus the Nerf DH, please. Taking a greater Pyroblast to the face. Eats it! Oh no! Got out of darkness right before it hit him. That was a little bit of a ball move caught and can pay it off. We also got Thick Bone. And we also got Valrip. And it's gonna be Citru. Gonna go for a bit of a blur right now. Is gonna get run into Freezing Ring. No, he's trying to run away. He's like, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Eat another G-Pie out of Nerf DH. Mally to follow in. I think he's gonna smack him. Oh my god, that was just Nerf DH actually taking out a Demon Hunter back to back. Citru didn't get a chance to play, man. Just a couple misplays, and the Greater Pyros are just so punishing. Just a few misplays, and that's it. You're just done. You gotta play perfect, because the Greater Pyro is an all or nothing. That's rough, man. I don't know if I like it, but it is what it is. Valrip is walking up to Nerf DHs, gonna get a Paladin with a big old ad. I like this set, by the way. I think those are my favorite set from back in the day, man. Honestly, that's my favorite set. I like the hoodie, I love the mask, I love the shoulders, and he got the Asbringer to follow with it. I think that looks awesome. Let's get Nerf DH. Try to see if he can land a polymorph to Valrip before he runs away. Valrip is gonna be able to break out of it. Nerf is gonna go for a bit of an evasion play. And Valrip is just gonna have to wait for him, man. He's trying to predict where he's at, trying to predict where the Mage is at. Mage is gonna drop down, is gonna get a freeze into Valrip. Valrip could go for a Hand of Freedom. Polymorph is still gonna come out into a Greater Pyro. Is he gonna sit it? Is he gonna eat it? Greater Pyroblast is gonna start flying into a Meteor to follow. Walks out of the Meteor. Valrip is dropping down to about half health as Nerf Gauge did get himself a bunch of procs for a Pyroblast in there. At least one Pyro. It's going to be Shield of Vengeance coming up a little bit early. Nerf DH getting slowed down. That's going to be Executor Senders. Does get himself a temporal rolling, so he's going to heal for a lot right here. Trying to get some Scorches. Get interrupted onto Scorches. Good get for a Polymorph. No, going to go for a Freeze into Valrip. He's going to Hand of Freedom out of it, and he's going to steal it. Stealing that Hand of Freedom. Does interrupt Valrip as Valrip tries to get a heal. Polymorph to fall. Going to give Valrip full health, and Nerf is going to go for a G-Pie. Not gonna cast G-Pie to the end though. Valrip is gonna trick it out of it a little bit early. And Nerf is just gonna try to get a G-Pie in there. Does Valrip have a Hodge? Doesn't have a Rebuke, does have a Hodge though. It's gonna be tricky Polymorph onto Valrip's wings though. That's gonna be a sheep with wings. Greater Pyroblast is gonna come out, gonna walk into the Meteor, has wings up and running, so Nerf DH is gonna be in a bad situation. Lots of damage coming out of the Pala, still just trucking along, tried to stay around it. Maybe he can blink around it with a Greater Pyro. Can you get a blink? Almost try to get a Greater Pyro in there with a Breath to follow. Bubble coming out for Valrip. Ice Blood coming in for Nerf DH. Valrip could go for massive heals right now while in the bubble. Does go for it. Also healing coming out. Try to land a Polymorph. Does land a Poly. Nerf DH actually continuing to run. Continue to truck along with the damage. Trying to get some food. Maybe gets one tick in there. 2 tick. No, 1 tick. Only 1 tick of food. And a Judgment breaks his shield immediately. Greater Pyroblast trying to come out. Not going to be able to. Nerf DH is still in a very, very bad position right now. Still in a very gruesome, dire position. Shortest Polymorph to come out. After this, Greater Pyro is still going to connect. Ring of Frost trying to come out. Does blink away. Does catch Valrip into Ring of Frost. Needs to bail out of there. Greater Pyroblast coming out again. Gonna get a heal. He heals behind the wall. He is playing very, very carefully here against this Mage. Nerf DH still not out of the fight. The Temporal back up. Does have a Trinket available. Is safe to tricky procking out right now. Valrip is trying to lay as much damage into it as possible. Greater Pyro is still going to come out. No way for Valrip out of this. Is going to drop down Meteor. Trinket's out of that Hodge, I think. and down he goes. That was just so... I was expecting that so much from him. Sparta's coming out next, trying to get a big shatter spree onto Valor. Big Ice Lance is coming down, trying to get a Frostbolt in there. That's going to be Hand of Freedom coming down, is going to steal that Hand of Freedom. Shield of Vengeance coming down. Sparta just kind of lagging all over the place, but it's going to catch up. The Ray of Frost coming down onto Valor as he has Shield of Vengeance up and running. Another freeze coming onto Valor. Is having to eat all the slows out of Sparta with a Melee to follow. Frostbolts are coming out, trying to shatter as much damage as he can. More Ice Lances coming out. I don't know if Sparta will be able to do it. I feel like if anybody can do it, Sparta can. Blinks around Valor. Actually lands a kick on him around as well, not letting him get a heal. Ice Ball coming out. Frostbolt to follow. Doesn't get the shatter of the Frostbolt or anything. Maybe he can line up the big damage. Hodge coming out to Sparta. Sparta's just going to eat it. The big Frost Mage shield is holding on for a little bit longer. Sparta is going to get himself cooldowns rolling right now so he can get a bunch of casts in there. A bunch of haste coming out. Is going to steal that Hand of Freedom. Is he going to get more slows onto Valor? Temporal coming out. Sparta's health is not looking that amazing. Safety Shield is proccing right now. Valor barely has any health. Is actually getting critted back to back with those procs. Can Sparta get enough damage in it? Does get him into a freeze. Frostbolt coming out. Could go for Temporal. No. Valor barely has any health. Because Sparta does kill him with those shatter procs, with those crits. Durok is going up next versus Sparticle, being a warrior. Trying to line up a arms warrior. Trying to line up a range on the Sparta. Sparta wants to go for a poly. Sparta getting a food, gonna blink down the middle. Gonna go for food right now. Could put the pet on a corner where he could freeze Durok. Sparta's actually gonna get a good amount of food out of this. Durok is not gonna trinket for now. Just waiting out a little bit. Lagging a little bit actually. So we'll see how well it works for him. Sparta's gonna go for a Frostbolt into Ebelbolt Shatter. Durok doesn't get a charge in there or anything. Does land a charge. Sparta's gonna blink out of it. Leap coming down to Sparta. Tried to break through him. Is gonna get big colossal... Actually, Warbreaker, is it? Warbreaker? I think it's Warbreaker. Sparta's going to freeze him out in the open. Does Durok have anything to follow? Maybe Reflect. Lands a Fear to get Sparta CC'd a little bit. Commanding Shot coming out a little bit early. Popping into defensive stance right now. Is going to go for Avatar. Lots of damage available. Does get a double charge off the Sparta, actually. I don't think he rolls a stun. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Sparta's going to drop him down into a big old Shatter Spree combo. And actually combos him with a bunch of Shatter. Sparta actually shattered him down, trying to see if he can land a polymorph into the Death Knight. Not going to happen. AMS coming in early. That is going to be a big old A-bomb. It's going to get slowed down pretty early. And Sparta's just going to have that mobility and slows forever, at least in this duel. Try to go for a freeze onto Elixir. Did get to dodge and juke out a kick from the Death Knight. The Death Knight didn't get frozen as he wanted to Sparta. His health is actually exposed right now. Abomination is going to do damage. It's going to go for first Ice Block so far. That's going to be Elixir actually going to go for a little bit of a Night Elf racial just so he can sit there CC'd or sit there stealth for a moment. Sparta going to land in Melee on him. Going to get the Abomination, not the Abomination, but the Apocalypse rolling. Close enough, close enough. Stun coming out to Sparta. Doesn't have a trinket. Sparta's actually in a bad situation. Does get the safety trinket proc, and Ray of Frost coming down to Elixir. Is getting shattered while he's frozen. Gonna get a Mallet to Sparta. Continue to get range damage. Sparta's gonna get a Temporal up and running. Maybe that Temporal we get a little bit of healing going for him. Iceblock coming out again. Sparta's in a bad position. 23% dampening. Necrotics available for Elixir any moment. AMS to Moby finish it off, and Sparta's kind of caught out in the open. No Icebox available. Does get a shield up and running. Can't really deal with the Iceland, with the AMS right now. Trying to Bolt him down. Elixir just had every defensive, even popped IBF at the end there just to see if he can finish off Sparta. I don't know, man. I think we need to know the game of Frost for Sparta just to see if Frost can work well in duels. It feels to do okay in some situations, but it seems you gotta kind of layer a bunch of abilities at the same time. Not really sure if it's effective for 1v1s. But Elixir is gonna go for a bunch of Death Strikes back to back off of the Feral with Transfusion up and running. Bloody Mage is trying to see if he can end them right now with a few bites, and does end them at the end there. Next up is going to be the last boy, Thick Boy. Almost like he wanted to go for Thick Boy, but not going to happen. But Thick Boy. Gonna go for a full stone to Bloody Bay. Not a lot of health available. No chicken available. That's got Big Vendetta with a Mallet to follow. Bloody Bay is taking a lot of damage. Big Envenom coming down. Thorns are up, but it looks like he's just gonna go down regardless. Barely has any health, and down he goes. That's gonna be Thickbow. Gonna go for advantage. The rogue is right next to him. Seamark actually getting opened up. That's a good advantage by Thickbow. That's gonna be a Fulga road setup by Thickbow. Doesn't have a Kidney Shot available. Is gonna get an invasion rolling. Seamark could go for a blind to reset him. Blind available for both of them. Thickbow might as well start going for a Phantom Ride just so you can get some big damage in there. Maybe at least generate calm points, maybe? Kidney Shot coming down. Thickbow does shrink it out of it. Clicker Shot is coming out right now. Seamark hasn't used Vendetta yet. Vanish. Actually, Re-Stealth came out for Thickbow with a Night Elf Racial. So he can get a reopener to Seavark. Seavark does burn a Cloak of Shadows, has Vendetta. If he can get a full reset onto Thickbow, he might have him. Vendetta, full kidney. Yeah, I think he has him, man. As long as he doesn't mess it up. He did say he's rolling like a really, really bad dagger. Hopefully he did buy himself a better dagger for Assassination to make it work. Go road. Thickbow could try to get a kidney before he does. Does get a cheap shot onto Seavark, into a kidney after Seavark trinkets. Thickbow maybe has enough damage. Managed to fall into Thickbow, and I think Seavark is going to be able to finish it off. Does have Vendetta up and running. Thickbow does go down. That was a pretty good setup for Spart, dude. But I want to see Spart try again, man. Can we have Spart go first? For the set of those, maybe give Spart all the opportunity with all the dampener stuff to even get a chance at Frost. Can we do that again, boys? Can we go again?